Hello, I am Ruben Bressler, and welcome back to the sideboard here in SCG Seattle. I am joined by one of the 3 or 4 most Loucksy people that I know, Jonathan Loucks. How are you doing, sir?
Good. Well, I mean, I'm okay.
You're fine.
I'm tired.
Yeah, well...
My hands are tired.
I can understand why. Yeah. Would you like to tell the folks at home why your hands are tired?
Because I've been shuffling a 233-card deck all day. It tends to get tiring. It's also very tiring to mulligan. Yep. And when you mulligan and then play a turn 1 Evolving Wilds, it's very tiring.
Yeah. You are playing Battle of Wits.
Yeah.
You are playing a Grixis Control Battle of Wits.
Yeah.
A very, very control-y Grixis deck that would basically be a singleton deck, but they're all 4-ofs because you're running 200 cards.
Exactly. All the removal's redundant. The disruption's generally redundant. Yeah.
So just tell me about why you decided to stick with the 3-color Grixis show.
Gotta have blue, gotta have black. Black has the tutors, blue has Battle of Wits, and then red has the really cheap removal that's really good. You've got Mizzy Mortars, Dreadbore, Pillar of Flame. Right. White, you can get like Detention Sphere and Arrest type stuff, but it's so much slower to be doing that on turn 3. Yeah, not having Wrath is a little awkward, but I thought like I'll just 1-for-1 them and cast a lot of Think Twice type cards, and I felt alright with that.
Now you've got a ton of elimination.
Yes.
The general consensus in Standard is that the elimination just isn't good enough.
I mean, when it's matched up against Geist of St. Traft and Thragtusk and Restoration Angel, like, your removal has to line up so perfectly against their threats, and if it doesn't, you're just losing efficiency.
And you've actually gone really heavy on the sacrifice elements. You've got Barter in Blood, as well as Tribute to Hunger,
and
as well as Liliana. So you've got a lot in there. And so you're able to deal with the Geist of St. Traft kind of thing.
I could usually deal with the first one.
Sure.
The second one was usually iffy, and the third one was generally hard by that point. Also, Nighthawk was put in as a consideration against that guy and Restoration Angel.
Now you have 16 3-mana artifacts that tap for mana.
We almost had an off-color key rune, but...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you want to go 3 to 5, you have a lot of powerful 5s, but just not being able to activate a Golgari key rune was miserable.
Yeah. Sure. And you didn't want to splash the 4th color for it?
No, no.
Sure. And so you've also got a ton of card draw in this deck. You've got not just Is It Charm and Think Twice, but you've added Divination.
That was the last one. I cut the Golgari key rune and added Divination.
Nice.
Like, I was just drawing sample hands and just like, I'm running out of spells. I want a Divination. I really was happy with Divination all day.
You also have 3 singletons main deck, which I find very funny.
Yeah.
Was that just because you wanted singletons?
2 of them are important. The Elixir of Immortality is there for if you do want to go long or need to go long, the Elixir can get you back to 200. You can also do like Diabolic Revelation, Searing Spear, Elixir of Immortality loops if you really need to. It never came to that, but it's also nice to have 1 source of life gain. I put a Blasphemous Act in because being able to tutor for a Wrath I thought might be something I need against, just to catch up against Lingering Souls or something. Yep. And then I put 1 Bonfire of the Damned in.
Just for value? Just
for the true miracle, just to get the 1. Never did it.
1/3 of a chance.
Yep.
Miracle. Or 1/3 of 1% chance.
Yeah, never did it, but I was happy it was there.
So, considering you have 230 cards main deck, a 15-card sideboard is not a lot of cards, but you do have a 15-card sideboard.
Yeah, I tried to make it actually do some work instead of just like putting some random hate in. I put in 1 hate spell, a Tormod Script, and that's because you can tutor for it and play it immediately, and it'll give you maybe, I was thinking a turn or 2 against a Reanimator deck that you might need.
Sure.
And then it's 14 threats. So against a lot of control decks where your Tragic Slips and Pillar of Flames aren't very good, and sometimes Searing Spear, you can just take out the mediocre removal spells and put in a bunch of threats.
Right, you have 4 Mercurial Chemisters, which absolutely stomps the control mirror if it gets to untap.
Yeah, that was my plan. I never got to cast him. I was so depressed, but Mercurial Chemister I was really happy about.
You've also got the loneliest Lone Revenant.
The loneliest Lone Revenant there's ever been. Yep. 1 out of 248.
That's right. And so you think that Grixis is the way to go with Battle of Wits? Was there anything that you would have changed about the deck, or would you have tried to send it in a different direction?
I like this. I might have gone more threat-heavy main deck, but I actually liked what I came out with here. It's hard to deal with the Banty decks after sideboard because they have both counter magic and naturalize effects.
Right.
So it's really hard to come out ahead there. I played against a lot of blue-white X today, not really a surprise. So it's hard to beat Geist of St. Traft plus something to disrupt your Battle of Wits.
Now, after Gatecrash comes out, we're getting all the other combinations of mana.
Yes.
We sticking with Battle of Wits?
I mean, I still want to try to build it. Like, the mana base would be a lot better, obviously. You would get a lot more duels because you think you have really good mana with all these dual lands you get to run, but you have to run, it was like 66 basics?
Right.
Which is a lot of basic lands.
Yeah.
So it would get better. I'm not sure you want to branch out to a new color, though. Maybe if they print some good like black-white stuff to replace some of the red, you could go more of an Esper one.
Sure.
But yeah, it depends on what they give us.
Well,
and Dimir too would help the deck.
Well, you want to check off play Battle of Wits in Standard off of your bucket list.
Yeah. When else am I
really
going to be able to do this?
I mean, yeah, seriously. And, you know, the mana's good right now. You want to be able to do this. And you get to play all of the control cards. So, you have a podcast?
I do,
You
yeah.
want to tell people about what you do on that?
Yeah, it's Limited Resources, the name of the podcast. You can check us out on lrcast.com. It's me and Marshall Sutcliffe, you'll see, doing coverage. And we talk about how to draft and do sealed in all 40 card formats.
Yeah, it's one of the best Magic podcasts going right now.
Thanks.
No problem. Not as good as In Contention.
All right.
But
I'll give you that.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sorting out this massive deck for me. And,
I appreciate you helping me.
Yeah, no problem. It was a pleasure. This is what I live for, is
Good.
sorting out people's decks. And as long as if I get to do it 4 times as long, it's great.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining me in Sideboard.
Of course.